Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So, unfortunately, a teacher at a Virginia school was shot in the abdomen by a 6-year-old with a gun. Now, there have been a lot of parents and teachers who have been expressing, their concerns for the gun laws, for, the safety in schools. They've been saying that they're just not, it's not enough that's being done. And I have to agree with that. Now, I get it. We have to be careful how we go about this situation because, you have the people that are really pro-gun and they don't want to give up their guns, but, have some sort of, respect and empathy for, the people who have been victims of gun violence and gun shootings. Now, there have been people saying before, this is nothing new. We've been having this issue for a while. There have been teachers and students, parents who have been expressing that they don't understand why schools don't have metal detectors. I don't care if it's an elementary school. I don't care if it's a middle school, whatever it is. All of these schools need to have metal detectors at every single door. They need to have a system set up where there are police officers at the entry points of the school, that you just can't come drop your kid off at the side door. No, you come drop your kid off at the front door where we can see you, where we can see them, what they have on them with mesh or clear backpacks. They need to have metal detectors by those doors. So when they come through those doors, if they got a gun, they can immediately, know it's there and get it off of them before they even be able to get into school to shoot somebody. The doors need to be locked. They can't just be letting anybody in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time out for these goofy mistakes that we've been making that we should have been fixed with every single school. And a lot of the parents were expressing that they're mad because they feel like, the people in charge are not doing enough. They're not doing what they're supposed to. And also, they were considering, jail time for the parents because they are responsible for the child and what the child does. And I can't understand what part of, if you have a child, especially a young child, and you own a gun, what part of you have to make sure that the gun is secured, you don't understand. Because some of these kids, they're not going out and buying guns on the street. They're getting it from their houses because their parents didn't make sure that they were properly secured. Yeah, maybe some of them tried to put it in a shoebox on the top shelf, but come on. Like, as a parent, you've got to be responsible for what your child does. And you got to make sure that if you have a firearm, that you either keep it in a safe or you keep it in a place where your child can't get to it. And if they do and they hurt somebody, then you have to pay for that. And they need to make harsher punishments for this kind of stuff. It sucks that they have to go to prison for something their child did. But at the same time, if they would have made sure their child didn't get to their firearm, this wouldn't be happening right now. And I'm thankful to God that the lady is okay. They said that she was stable. She sustained, fatal injuries, a fatal injury, She could have been taken up out of here, but she's all right now. She's stable and she has, a road to recovery, but this could have gone a lot worse. There were other people talking about other instances where it did go worse because, again, negligence on a parent's part. So parental negligence, not securing the gun, not making sure they are aware of what their child is doing, not making sure they raise and discipline their child to know that you don't take a gun and go to school. And even with the 6-year-old, a lot of people were saying, oh, he's a child, brain's not developed enough. A lot of these young children, they know right from wrong because they were saying it wasn't an accident, that it was the result of an argument. The firearm was intentionally went off after she tried to, she saw it and she tried to confiscate it, which is what she was supposed to do. And it wasn't an accident. What happened was not an accident. Now, he's too young to be sent to a detention center. So, like I said, by default, they're going to have to hold his parents accountable, which they should. And that'll send a message to all these other parents who don't want to make sure that they're not securing their firearms. But it shouldn't take somebody getting shot, for that to happen. But anyways, there were other people sharing similar experiences that didn't go well because, like I said, negligence on the parents' part and negligence on the school system, the government, not making sure that they have, precautions set in place to keep this kind of stuff from happening. Like I said, this has happened too many times for us to not have stuff in place to prevent it from happening. There's too much that we haven't done that needs to be done to keep the children safe and to keep the teachers safe. It's like the children first, of course. But if y'all keep this up, people are not going to want to be teachers. They already have to deal with their coworkers, their bosses, getting on their nerves. And now they got to deal with children bringing guns to school and children, other children doing stuff. These people are not going to want to have to deal with that on top of having to deal with their parents, because some of these children are awful, and their parents, they got it from their parents. And then now their lives are being threatened because of this stupid foolishness. Who would want to be a teacher? This needs to be fixed, and everybody needs to do their part, because we're going to get to a part in society at this rate where there will be no more teachers, because nobody's going to want to deal with that. Or at least there might still be some teachers, but it's not going to be, school and class like how it has been. I would hate for it all to have to go back online again just because of that. Some children can't learn like that, and they don't deserve to have to, be stuck trying to learn from behind a computer screen because, we couldn't get it together. But at the rate we're going, like I said, who would want to deal with that? And I can't blame them. But anyways, they need to get themselves together. Like I said, the parents with the negligence, and the school system and the government with just not doing what is required to make sure that these guns are not being brought in these schools. But anyways, y'all tell me what y'all think and how y'all feel down in the comments below.